Sweet.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, head trader at TradeView Markets and one of the coaches that we have. As we have a Fed Day Wednesday, it's March 22nd. As I said, Fed Day, we're approaching the end of the month, end of the quarter. There's going to be repositioning. The VIX is abated a little bit, but it's still elevated to the point where, it's everything is basically neutral to this point. If they knew, there wouldn't be, it wouldn't be range bound. With that being said, as gold's breaking higher. Okay, so let's get into what's going on today and as well with the routine. I'm sharing with the right screen, share screen. I get so many screens. I used to have less. I used to have a lot. Then I used to have a little. Less is better. And now I got a couple more. You know what I mean? So let's sign into TradeGATEHub. My point being, let me digress a second. See this, the TradeGATEHub tab that we have here? That one tab opens you up. And by the way, I sign in just the same as everybody else. Opens you up to, a world of our free, our best amenity, which is our YouTube channel. Free videos going back years now, a couple of years, approaching. We'll have at least 3,000 by the end of the year. If not, then I'm doing something wrong. So all videos, Coach and I do them every day, as well as his esteemed guests that are getting better and better. Not only by the month, by the week. So that's one of the things to do. Also, obviously the trading room, you can look at the stocks room. You look at chart news. So what I'm saying is this is just one tab on our TradeView market site. So if this tab brings you that extensive world, for lack of a better term, poke around, because not only are you going to find out the TradeGATEHub, if you're on this now, is a great amenity. TradeGATEHub wouldn't be on anything with our parent and sponsor TradeView Markets. So birds of a feather flock together. Certainly at this site, if this tab is good, the rest are, we're sure to follow. So I'll go move on. We'll move forward to the trading room. Okay. Silver sweeps. I'll get into it in a second, Coach. All right, let's start with. I got off into a little bit late this morning, but I would implore everybody to go back to our videos, especially the one that Coach and I spoke about yesterday. Pardon me. HUT. Okay. If you haven't done anything now by a little after 11 Eastern, a Fed talk today later in the afternoon, anything you do now is a gamble. So A, beware, and B, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're going to gamble, get paid. You know what I mean? Don't risk dollars to make dimes. Do it the other way around. Risk some dimes to make dollars. Make sure you're in the right way. I don't know what that is. I'm not even saying to gamble. I don't gamble. I'm waiting. I have plenty of, 96% of my buying power ready to fire away, at least in the active trading account. Okay. Here we are at the short term. All right. So we had a dip. Now we're basically even. Gerard and the rest of the team, we are a team, posting great information predicated upon option moves and sentiment. That's, one of the two out of, I don't know how many, two main tools, maybe out of 4 or 5 tools that I use are sentiment and option activity. Option activity definitely being the top 3. So I hope, and I see that more and more of our viewers, if you will, or members are posting this. And I certainly hope that everybody can understand that it's not my way. I'm just trying to, have everybody's learning curve move a little bit quicker. Okay. Thank you, Gerard, for CPCE, insider buying. Most important thing going into today is this. You know what? Measure it every day, because this will keep your career going longer. And just like what I'm told is it's harder to break a habit. It's harder to break an opinion than a habit. A habit, I believe, takes 26 to 28 days, I believe, to break, give or take. Hard to break an opinion. Traders who try to predict every move of the market before it happens are often too busy trying to guess what's going on instead of paying attention to what's happening. It's very simple. And when you get to be at a higher level, if I may humbly say at my level of a couple of decades, it gets to be the point, trust me, where you want to be, that traders make trading hard. It's not that hard. Know what to do. It boils down to my fundamentals, not my universe or pivots or knowing what's coming out with earnings or pin action throughout stocks. So enough of that. It's a Fed day, but it's important because, like something today, don't let your, know what you're buying. You know what I mean? If you go, today's a Fed day is like trying to buy drugs at a Rolling Stones concert where there's 100,000 people. Everything's floating around there. So be careful, be careful what you buy. Not that I know what that would mean, but I'm saying there's a lot of ways to get into trouble. So if you have a plan, when you have your plan, know what you're getting, know what you're buying. Don't just be throwing darts and hoping it works out afterwards, or else, troubles happen. Path calls were late and Roku calls late. I'm still in Roku, getting that to the second. The path calls for some reason didn't work. I'll have to look into that. Pardon. Okay. Read what they say about Goldman Sachs equity color. Listen, I say it a lot as Google breaks high. Wow, Google breaks high. I say it all the time. You know what I mean? This Goldman Sachs reading as I punch up the Google chart might be difficult to read, but you know what I mean? I don't mean like as I am a religious person, Catholic, so is the Bible. You know what I mean? But you get to learn the Bible. I'm not saying that I read it every night. I don't really even read it except in a hotel room when I'm either bored or whatever. But get to read it. It's important reading. It'll sink in. Trust me. Next, the morning Citibank, the morning City call. Always trying to give a broad analysis or giving you the street's view without a complete opinion myself. I have my opinion predicated upon the news I put out, but I don't say like City. I wouldn't say something like City's completely wrong. They're out of their minds, or vice versa. I just post the news. I post the upgrades, the downgrades. If people want to ask me what I'm doing with them, respectively, of course I do. I usually trade them, and I do post big, the movers at the beginning of the morning. Okay, chart on the XLF. Obviously, that's in play with these, the regional banks. Somebody was texting me. Look at this coin. What a moving coin. Bought that gas. Did that work out? Probably did. When Gerard freaking contra trades, natty gas worked. Well, you know what? I get it. There's the chart on natural gas. Is Gerard, who was basically as strict of relative strength as there is, took a shot on natty gas. Now, did the 1030 margin calls work? No, not really. This is where I'd be looking to pick up natty gas right here. 745. Where's the volume? 745 on natural gas. It still would hold that previous low. If I'm going to do it, I understand that, 10 cents isn't a big deal, but if I'm going to go in natural gas here, it's not going to be, honestly, it's not going to be 3/4. I'm going to go in 20, 40,000 shares. So a difference of 10 cents is going to make a big difference, especially on a contra trade. You know where I stand. So if I'm going to do it, and I get it, it's kind of a hedge against the market. That's how it's been working. So natty gas, where's my fill? 744, 742, around that breakout price. Again, where it did that low here. Where's this print here? 750, maybe it goes below the 750, 744 around there if I'm going to do it. I might not do it. That's a spot for me. Next. Okay. Bitcoin. Nat gas futures. See this, Gerard? I listened to him. March seasonality. I get it. Especially the end of March. Not a bad idea, brother. Not a bad. I can watch it every day too. But what am I going to do? Am I going to buy Boyle, or I'm going to short the cold? Boyle, like I said, I got to go in so heavy with this thing. I'm starting to warm up to it. The more I look at it. Well, what about the cold? I short this bastard. What about this thing? They unwind these ETFs faster. See, this cold is way off the high. Respectively, what would you say? Like 10%, 20% off the high? But this Boyle is what? What's the low? That's 10%. It's about 12%. So Boyle is more, cold is more off the high than Boyle's off the low. Because it's more expensive. But no to G, not bad. I like the margin. I like it. I've done worse, but I get the reasoning. Okay, next. People at Carvana are genius. Carvana announced actually upside. This is why it's not squeezing that badly, because they actually had good fundamental news. Carvana reported, or actually pre-announced, what do you want to say, closed at 8. They squeezed them at 10.20. I've seen Carvana go up more on bad news. That's the problem. You know what I mean? So Carvana note the news. So the people at GME did the right thing. They also at Carvana, GME and Carvana, the two low floaters, not interested. You know what I mean? Not. GME trades over, just like it did here. GME broke the 200-day, trades over. Carvana, you know what I mean? I would rather it be bad news. It'd be up to 50% than good news. I'm serious. That's how sick it. That's how I have to think. All right, you're getting more action here. My thing's blowing up. Okay. As per video, Pacific West, always know the shoe to drop. SoFi up, VIX on the lows. Gold here. Disney nice. Where's gold? All that option, guys. Remember all that option? But you know what? United Airlines, there's only one in America shorting it up here with that. Is that a second drive, coach? What type of drive is that? It's a 2 drive. Coach would be shorting this thing right here, 47. Right, coach? Anyway, that's why gold went down. So is gold an interesting here? Made a nice move up. It's an airline. Pulled back. It's still holding that gap up. It's not for the best of, I'd rather buy gold to a degree than that gas. But the UNG, the Boyle, the Boyle is a triple ETF and they move. All right, next. Okay. Roku has more. I bought it. I'm in it. Onion. Okay. That was a gap and go. It wasn't even overbought. It had more. I told you yesterday I tried to short it. I lost 32 cents or 35 cents. It went up like another, finished somewhat off the high. Someone close to the high. Onion. Where's the onion? It's a 4-minute. Onion. 22 to 24. Yeah, they closed on the high. Yes, they'll close a little bit off the high. It was up, what, 20%, 30%? So onion, that's a tip. You know what? And this is the chart right here that says it. Anytime this chart has this type of stock, has this type of move. So onion. And you know what? Nike had the down, went red to green, green to red. Green to red, red to green. They don't even going on what's Nike. And by the way, let me just say something here. This is the first thing I see about Nike. Nike, after having earnings and especially this ON acting well, and the rest of the retailers showing a little bit of life, for Nike to have a 126, I'm not even going to give it a 122 range because of the down. Oh, let's give it 126. It's a $4 range on a $20 stock after earnings. That bothers me. It bothers me. Not that I'm going to take a position because if someone was going to take a stand either way on the stock going to the long term, they would have. So that means the Fed is going to even play more important move today because it's got everything going for it. Nike, the chart, an up gap, the sector's proper. China seems to calm down. Crude came down. So we'll see. Nike, that's more of a macro gauge what's going on today. If it breaks high and takes out that situation here, I'm in. Don't get me wrong. But until now, it's a macro gauge. Next. And Foot Locker's a dog. Gee, come on. You know what I mean? Yesterday, they tried the reversal on Foot Locker when they could have taken it up. And then they took it back up to the 50-day, the short term. Come on. The Foot Lockers are short. Just because it's a you know what it is? It's a it's a big box retailer. You know what I mean? They killed Wolf today, PetSmart, with Petco because it's a big box retailer. You know what I mean? Stocks like Amazon are more internet based. Gap stores, Macy's, J-Win. I shorted J-Win on a Friday afternoon at 27. I thought it would get. I got nervous that it was going to go to 30 over the weekend. Nervous. 27 to 16 J-Win. Yes, I am in VFC. No, I'm not adding it. Pardon me. It did hit a low of 20. It pays a dividend. I got that going for me. God, when I have a position and I have a dividend that's a positive, then you know what I mean. Silver sweeps. I'll get into that in a second, Coach. All right. So what are they doing? Leading up to the Fed, they shouldn't be doing much except speculating, rolling out of positions. There's probably going to be a lot of rolling out. Google more calls. Why not? Why shouldn't there be Google calls? I actually took a little off today in the fund. I took 25% off in the fund. Lower. I took Google off here when it right here when it broke the open. It made a nice run. And don't get me wrong, I have a nice position in it. I was a little late. No, I'm not a little late. I'll tell you, where do I have my position in? I'll do Google highs. Medtronic and the AD came. I want Medtronic in the fund. How you doing? To share. Google. What else? Q's bearish, J&J bearish, Laser got downgraded today to Goldman to a sell. I'm actually thinking they want in. So I was looking to buy it, but last I looked, it was at the 200. They were approaching it to the downside. Laser broke it. So Laser, it's over for me. I might even take it off the screen. It's not the kiss of death. It just made those moves. And once it dies, it dies. You know what I mean? So Laser, bearish. I get it. Goldman downgraded to sell. We want sweeps like Coach asked. And I still didn't get the Vietnam ETF. Oh my God, what type of co-host am I? I have to get the Vietnam ETF. Listen, they're neutral in the put calls. They got wiped out a little bit. CTA positioning, laser bearish. This is important. Crude. So you know what? The next dip on crude, they're probably going to buy. They definitely covered it. This is the chart on CTA position. Whenever they're up, it goes that way opposite. Whenever they're up, it's going to go the opposite. Crude. I like the commodity more than stocks. But let's go to something even more important. The indice positioning on so NASDAQ, that's the issue. CTAs are so overweight NASDAQ since they have been in a year. And it's good. It might be skewed a little bit because of Google, Apple, and the strong active, the megas. But I'm going to tell you, man, this pulls back, then they're going to be in trouble, especially nice because they are way over water. Look at last time they were this overweight. The market was even acting very well, and that came down. God forbid. So what happens if the market comes down from here? You know what I mean? I wouldn't say it would be necessarily shorting the mega caps, but something that shows relative weakness. You know, I got to look at now the S&P minis. I get it; they're a little bit more even, but still a little bit overweight. I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like it. GDX bullish. They're going to May, coach. They were going to T. I'll leave it there. You know what I mean? I'll get more. Newell rubber. You know, I'm not even seeing Apple. I'm not even seeing anything. I'm seeing Kroger, Plug, PDD bullish. They're only playing that at a $20 range in 3 days. Any good sweeps? JP Morgan calls the March, not interested. Tesla going out the March, not interested. This is what? No. How would I be interested in that? Freaking next week. I want Junes. The Junes, the only one that go into Junes are there's AUI, a gold. Where are they going out here? They're going late. AUI. I'm interested. There's AUI's chart. Why not? Is AUI. I get it. Right? How about the SLV chart today? Over the 200-day again, right? Everything. 50. I apologize. I get it. Where's the AGQ? The triple ETF is silver. Okay. Might get the highlighter. It's going to get the highlighter with the Vietnam ETF. So I have two things to do. There's silver. Pass. Coach and I had an argument about it yesterday. I did add yesterday a touch. I'm down in it, but not much. Pass. There you go. Silver. SSRM. One of my earlier winners this year. Not interested. WPM. Best of breed now. WPM. How can that be long the stock? I don't care what it does. I don't care what it does. It could be a bond. It could be a technology stock. It could be a drug stock. How can you not be long WPM? What other one am I long? Oh, gold. Big position in GOLD. The old ABX. And then I'll move on. You know what I mean? I got to clear the gap. Is it Newmont? No. Is it AEM, the first one to take sweeps? Maybe. But it looks to me WPM, GOLD, GDX. Let's go to the freaking little. So it's GDX. I don't like that. I don't even like the symbol. GDXJ, but I got to put my ego aside. GDXJ is better. It's got a J. Boom. So it's GDX and WPM. That's all it is. AUI taking sweeps, coach, silver at over the 50 days. So I'll keep you updated on that. BTU, nothing really big here. Any questions? We're on a little bit of a. See, the put calls are even. They're washed out. From remember G the other day when we posted those put calls were what they 0.50, was it? I believe, but you know what I mean. But now we're a little bit on a sell signal, so I would expect some profit taking. as that's it. So AMD, they're probably pressing. Meta, they're pressing. Nothing sexy. Laser, as I said before, GME active today. They're probably just playing in their, they're playing the usual guys, but nothing concrete. Even Oxy, they're going out to March. That could be MU going out to May. A May put on MU. Say it isn't so. I don't believe that. Somebody might be hedging that. So anyway, onion bullish. Any questions, gents? Jimmy the gent, Tony Pistachio, sit. Okay. Let's go to the main screen. The main screen. There's nothing doing. SPY, they're unchanged. VIX, slightly off the low, slightly off the high. What else is going? Where's my Roku? You son of a bitch. You know what? I had a chance to get out of this. I was trading it actively. That's to say the least. I was trying to build a big position in it. I had a nice yesterday. 61 to 66. That looked good. My guys were in it, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It was over the 200 day. It had the volume. So I'm buying this thing all over between what? 65.07 and 64.50. Then it just wouldn't go. And I actually sold it well at 65.40. Let's go to a smaller, more range than it is. This range is from 66 to 64 at 8,000 shares, trying to make a move here. So I have a little bit left. My average price is the solid green line, 65.30. How much do I have? I have 2,000 left. Okay, no big deal. I had a lot, so I'm down in it a little bit. My average price. So I'm trying to build, but this is another lesson. When the stock is not doing, maybe I'm a little quick to fire. Coach and I, or quick to sell. Coach and I had this conversation yesterday about having better entries and poor exits. I mean, I wanted to give it a chance to go. So, okay, there's an extra 15 minutes throughout, however mean a lot, but there was Fed coming today, as you know, and the longer the stock didn't do what I wanted it to do, then I had to lighten up, especially since it should have had momentum with that move it made yesterday. And clearly I wasn't alone. Devin moves Zim. I have it. I sold it like a piker, but I did add to it in the long-term fund. Zim I like. Zim I like. The shipper. It's coming around. It's got the move in it. Look at the other shit. What's the other one? EOSC was a small one, taking money. But my New Year's resolution, which is held quite well into the first quarter, is not to buy stocks under $4. I'm not doing it. I don't care if somebody told me it was going 8. Without rules is chaos. Next. Okay, screen. Some of these things have dead cat bounces. Here's a chart on Disney. No, not Disney. No. GM, let's see what happens. You know what I mean? Does it fill a gap? Does it keep going under? The moving averages curl upwards. It's all up to the Fed. Square, one day up, one day down. Nevada is the winner. These are the two winners of Nevada and AMD. GFS, every day it goes up. Like I sold it yesterday morning, top tick. Did the same thing today. Listen, this was yesterday. March 21st at the open. Rocketed up, as everybody knew I was selling. Did the same thing. Rocketed up. You know what? The semis did the same thing as yesterday. They all went up. AI, I sold it. Could have been someone. Why is that going up now? AI. It looks good. It's one of these stocks that you can't. What Weight Watchers making them move for the daddy? Mike V still got a lot of Weight Watchers here. Weight Watchers, we got 56,000. My price is 462, so we're getting closer. All right. JD, I bought low. Zim, I sold. AI, I sold. Shopify, same thing. I thought this thing was going to go. It should go. I'm about just being impatient. Shopify should go. Actually, it should look Shopify, look what a Roku should have done. Same, you know what I mean? A day delay. So Shopify, after that one delay, went up to, so Shopify's better, but Roku, and see right here, Shopify have, and where's my Roku? Oh, it's over to the right because it's one of my positions. Carvana, see if they squeeze AI, I'm out of it like a putz. D-Dog, Docu, Wayfair, Etsy, Qualcomm, the big daddy of all the semis. That gets above the 200 day, that's going to keep the semis going. That's a fact. Qualcomm. The buy on Qualcomm is the triple top. There's a gap over the 200 day. Beautiful. Qualcomm 126. That's going to get 2 highlighters. Qualcomm over 126, 127. We'll even give it to. We'll get maybe even get into it early. With Qualcomm, I like. MU was saying puts. I don't like MU puts at all. Marvell cut a workforce today. I saw. All right, I got the right wipe this up. Where's my Foot Locker? This is making the move. Oil's doing nothing. XBI. You know what? I put my, you know what? I put my ego aside on this thing. I love the bios. Why? Because they move together and they freaking rip. And the XBI, man, even with the banks bouncing, look at the FRC. The XBI goes with this FRC a little bit. This XBI, they just want to know. It's obviously administrative or it's beyond the banks. IBB, which is the best of breed to the bios, not doing anything. That's just, it's incredible. The biotechs are doing it. Those are going to be here, the bios. It's not. What's going on here? I got to buy more of this Zim. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm buying more Zim. There were calls going on this yesterday, a lot of them. That's what that's what alerted me to it. All right, I'll leave it there because I might be going too much. All right, so let me go back to TGH. Fed coming out in a couple of hours. What I'm going to do right now is go and watch Coach's 9:30 video that he did right now on the TradeGATEHub YouTube channel, which will be posted. And then I'm going to build my plan, no matter what it is, good, bad, and different. You know what I mean? I'm gonna treat this like I'm the leadoff hitter in the first inning of a regular baseball game, or if it's if the bases are loaded in the bottom of the ninth. You know what I mean? So let's keep our eyes on the oils. WPM, I'm going to keep my eye on. U is the big fund stocks updates. U, the problems that I have. U, because that's one of them, and I'm surprised at this. And my price is around 26, and I might actually even sell some this of the U. I believe in it long term. That's what the fund's for, but it's a cybersecurity stock. It was a sexy stock. And just know what happened to this freaking thing. So PVH, update. What else am I in? The retailer, VFC. Okay, got the Goog, got WPM, got Asan. All right, so those are some updates. What else do I have? MU, ON. But I need Weight Watchers. Can Weight Watchers actually go today? I actually think it can. BBAY, they're taking up these AI stocks now. BBAY, SOUN. SOUN should be up. No, not really much. All right, so you know what? Got to be in the room. This is that type of day you got to be in, with AI. This is the type of day that you have to be, I'm going to be active. It's whatever what I say now is even irrelevant in a couple of hours. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to build a plan and more of a foundation of what we do on even busy days. So eventually you can either go with us or build a plan around us. So thank you for tuning in. Cheers.